Alright, guys, so tonight, or at least a little bit of tonight, we'll do some more stuff later. I'm actually going to update my keyboard. I got to move some stuff out of the way. I've actually been putting this off. I did some of the keys, but not all of them. Really want to do all of them. So right now they have the regular key in here. These are red Cherry Max, I think, right? And as you can hear, they're really clicky. But to my buddy, he actually gave me some new keys. These yellow ones. I forget what they're called specifically, but they're very, very, very soft in comparison. In fact, we can pull this off like so. And you can kind of hear the difference. This is like really clicky and this one's not. So what I want to do is actually want to finish updating this keyboard. I'm going to do it one by one because I don't want to figure out where all the keys are again. So I'm probably going to do the numbers across because that'll be the easiest to do. Because I'm just trying to think of the most common keys that I use during my recordings and streams. And I it's not all the time I'm going to be using this set of keys, but just in case, because I do actually hit them every once in a while. And so we just kind of go like this. There we go. Now we do. Now, my buddy also recommended me these like O-rings to place on top of the new key sets, which I'm gonna actually do that. Just gonna go, yeah, do this row by row, pretty much. I'm gonna start with the main keyboard, then we'll do this other section over here. Yeah, we got a lovely little brush here to clean up anything that's in between here. Make sure we got a nice working space. And then we got our little clip here, which, how do I do this? Okay. These just click on. We're supposed to click on. Am I using this wrong? Am I using the wrong one? No. That's difficult. Oh, wait. I was using the wrong tool. It is this tool. So. Go. There we go. Now the bad thing is this keyboard actually supposed to light up, right? In fact, that's the reason why a lot of these are clear. And I'm adjusting them to have this solid color. There will still be some color that comes out, just not as much as I had before, which I'm not really going to complain about because I really don't look at my keyboard that much anyway. If I had it out like on a better surface where I can see it, I would full-heartedly kind of reject these specifically. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think this is how it goes, where you just put an O-ring on top of here. Then this just sets in like that. I think I gotta put this in first. Now that's on. Then that goes on there. And let's try this. Well, this actually has 3 points. So let's see if I can just put the 3 points on here. This seems like it's stuck. That's really tight on. It's like almost sticking on there. Alright, so that's at least a test on how. Let's. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I bet you I'm doing this wrong. Hold on. Let's talk to El Manuel here. Let's see what's go. Okay, so pop that, put that on there. Place keycap. Okay, place the O-ring over the stem of the keycap. And it basically has the same instructions over and over again, and it kind of gives you a visual guide onto doing that. Alright, so it's basically taking this, putting that on there, and that means I could do it with these other two, I guess. No, probably not. Okay, let's try that. It's still clicky. I don't like that clickiness. And I think the reason why it's clicky is because of these here. These two side pieces. Because on the bigger key caps in comparison to the smaller ones, right, you got one post. This has 3. So I'm going to put the other 2 posts or O-rings on the other 2 posts. And see if that will do anything. I'm assuming, yeah, that goes all the way down the travel. I'm going to do that. I'm not sure if it's going to work because they have guides right there. So I still think it's a little clicky. I think it's less, so that should be fine. Okay, there we go. Oop, that came right out. That's not good. Oh, that's so much better. If you guys don't know, it's actually as a YouTuber and streamer and whatever else you want to label me as, it's actually very painful that when you do recordings, you hear the clickiness of a keyboard. And I actually really, really hate that noise. And I try to reduce it as much as possible when I go and I do my recordings and stuff, so that you guys don't hear it on the recordings. And I feel like I'm more successful on that at that front, but it's always been a gripe of mine, and I've always had a hard time getting rid of it because or at least getting rid of those clicking noises. Now, my last keyboard that I had did not have actually this option of removing these the key switches on here. So when I bought this keyboard, first of all, my buddy Rambo, he got really into keyboard buildings. In fact, he's ordered supplies. He has all the tools. Well, I have the tools now too, but that came with the keyboard when I got it. And he kind of got grumpy because I just ordered a keyboard without letting him know, because he was kind of like almost willing to put one together for me. And me personally, I know I would spend money building a computer, but from what I could tell, like every time you order keyboard parts, it's like a community order session, and I feel like it would have taken a while. But with him, he after I talked to him and everything, for my birthday, he was like, "Oh, I'll get you these switches because they're less noise." And if I feel like they've actually improved my recordings quite a bit, because I don't have that annoying clicking noise that I have to deal with afterwards. And some of you guys might not know this unless you like have your headphones on, or might not hear it because you have your headphones on. But yeah, that is something I've been trying to reduce as much as possible. I am gonna kind of miss some of this RGB stuff, but I'm not gonna die without it. It's nice to have this. Really gets it clean too. That's surprising. All right. I've been putting off this for so long, and I finally found some time today to take care of this. Come on. There we go. So, because you need these very specific tools to actually remove all this. It's not just like a simple task of pulling them off. You need this is actually to remove the switches in your keyboard. This little piece, and it grabs around on each one of these. They have like a tab on both sides, right there and there. So you got to physically grab them, push those tabs in, then pull out. And then this little tool here, this is actually made to go around your key, and it clicks on and it pulls it up. So, but I used to pull these off all the time. Like I can pull these caps off. The switches I could not. That would be a major thing I wouldn't have touched with a 10-foot pole. Just do another quick sweep out. And here we go again. Another batch of switches to install. Gotta put it this way. And these are Gatoron yellow switches. Come on. Okay. And there we go. Now these keys are still making noise, but not as much as that, which is good because I don't want to hear this. I want to hear this, which is a significant reduction. In fact, can you even hear it? You can kind of hear it, right? Now this one. That's literally the same amount of force, probably significantly different. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Pop. Oops. I need that key. Oh man. These rubber ones. My buddy actually got me these rubber keycaps. And the reason why I wanted rubber is because since I'm not looking at the keyboard all the time, I just want to be able to have a quick reference on where the WASD keys are. Now, I did 1 and 6 here because these are the common keys I actually use on my recordings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Especially if they have something for that already. So I do want to use that on there. Like, for instance, when I was playing Scrap Mechanic or Trail Makers, I usually had key bounds all the way around here. So Q, E, R, F, 1 through 6. Those are the common keys that I was using. And it was kind of a pain in the butt when you went to go reach a key and you hit the wrong key. So, like, I would reach for 6 and I accidentally hit 7. But with this, how I have it, it's I know that because if I slide my fingers over, right, I know where the 1 and 6 is at least, and then all I have to do is move accordingly to a different side here. Now, I'm not going to get rid of these switches. They're all called switches, right? I I kind of refer to them as buttons, right? Because that's more grammatically correct. Because a switch would indicate that you're flicking it on or off, and it stays on or off. A button is you hit it and it turns on or it turns off, and that's how buttons are usually are. But yeah, they're labeled as switches in keyboard terminology for whatever reason. Oh god. All right, cool. I gotta go through this lovely process of removing these things. Whoop. Give me that. No, wait, I gotta remember to always do this. Right, just a little bit of this. It's probably easier if I just take the keys directly out, but I just want to make sure I don't get too much crap in the inside here. There we go. Come on. Come on, baby. Didn't get in there. That's right. Whoop. I feel like when I'm pulling them out, I'm getting more of this like white crap everywhere. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Here. Oh wait, I can't put that in yet. Whoopsie. All right. Now I got to put these switches in a specific way because they're obviously on here. You can almost see there's two poles on here, right? 1 and 2. In fact, that's what majority of switches have. They have either a 2-pole or a full 4 poles on here, and that would indicate how the switch actually operates. It could be a double throw single pole, double throw double pole, or single throw double pole. I forget the terminology, honestly. But with at least keyboards, this is how they're set up. You have the 2 poles, right, and obviously you got the guides here. And on the keyboard itself, and if you look down in here, you got 1 and 2, and obviously there is a little cross piece in there. So that's 1 and 2 in there are actually the connection points. So this is the male side of the pole, and that would be the receiver side. So that would be the female side, and that would be anatomically correct. All right, I think these bigger buttons, they're just going to be little louder, and the reason being it's because the poles that you can probably see it on this one a little easier, because these poles that are off to the sides, they're just guides, right? But there's no way of actually truly dampening that, even when I do put the O-rings on there. But oh well, it is what it is, honestly. Well, I have this one off, I'll just do this one. Oh, you can't see. um, I took the space bar off, and as I was saying that, on the bigger keys like the enter key, the shift key, you can see like there's guide poles on these, so they're not truly going to be quieter, right? Um, but it will be dampened a little bit more with just switching the switches and putting these O-rings on the actual stem piece in here, like so. And I think these are just for impact, so they're being like a rubber impact piece. Because as you can see, it's still here. It's still kind of clicky. Oh well. Alright, let me continue with these. Hey, bud, what's going on? What's up, buddy? Don't me. Do you want to go out? Is that the deal here? All right. I'm gonna finish up this right here. I'm gonna finish up this line. I got two, and then I can like let you out. Okay. All right. I know. I know. What do you got to go to the bathroom again? You were out in the rain before. You know that, right? Yeah, you're a good boy. My pupper's right here next to me right now, so. Okay, give me a sec. I gotta let my lovely pupper over here out. Pupper, what's up? Okay, let you out. Oh. All right, here we are, back again, doing some more. I am planning to stream a game tonight. I'm thinking I'm gonna do Assassin's Creed, unless my buddies want to do Battlefield, but I think Rainbow would not be joining us tonight because he just recently moved. So, yeah. Probably get. Yep. Okay. Here we are. And then the mindless task, putting these stupid O-rings in here. Ah, criminy. Ah, what? No, I think that was like that. Well, I'm gonna have to test these keys. Okay. All right, I gotta go check on my dog because I thought I heard him crying. He might want to be let back in. Yep, he was crying at the door. Got him in now. All right, so I don't typically use the F keys for my recordings. I used to actually have a bunch of stuff key bound to them, but the way my room was set up, I never actually had access to them. So I actually kind of trained myself to use other keys on the keyboard instead of just these F keys, these command keys. I think that's what they're called. Um, because these actually do things. These will like print screens and stuff. If you hit them, I know like at my job they actually use these keys for the different applications. Like if you hit F5, it'll print a page, or F12, and it'll like back out of something. F3 would end objects, so or end the process. So I didn't actually know it. I didn't. I wish I actually kind of like looked up what they are, but I don't have the patience to learn it. There's a lot of actually commands that you can learn for your keyboard yourself, depending on if you're Microsoft or not Microsoft, if regular computer, or if you're or if you're using MacBook, they actually have a set of commands that you can do just from the keyboard, and they do various things themselves. Like hitting like Shift C will actually copy, or Shift X will cut, Shift V, or is it Control? Whatever. So Control, I think it's Control C. Yeah, Control C. Uh, Shift F4 is force close. In fact, that was actually a big gag that people do with games. You know, yeah, somebody asks what key does this, and they say Shift F4, and that'll just end this game or the screen or whatever. Come on, get on there. I really don't need to rubberize the print screen and scroll locks and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna have enough O-rings for this. I should have enough O-rings for this. So Okay, we are down to that wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How am I going to get this thing out of here? Jesus. How the hell are you supposed to get these out? Uh, there we go. I lost an O-ring, but that's fine. I got plenty. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So all these are now done. So I'm converted this over from Gatoron switches from the Gatoron. What is this? This is a Gatoron red switch to the Gatoron yellow switch. So, and they're all been O-ringed. So the bigger, as like I was saying before, I have the bigger pieces like the backspace, the enter bar, the space bar, you know, all that will probably still be a little clicky, but it's greatly reduced now. So all we have to really do now is run a test. Oop. Run a test to ensure that all those are now working correctly. If not, I'm going to have to swap some things out, put some stuff back, because I actually had an issue like that before, where I switched out the parts, and then all of a sudden one of the keys weren't working. So I actually do have a Type-C port right here, or a cable right here. Let me just get this unraveled here. There we go. All right, so that's loose. I'm going to take it. And this is actually a Type-C port. Type-C is the wave of the future, everyone. All right, so as we can see here, it still has a little bit of lighting in here. This is actually not as bright as it was before. But now we can actually test this now. Let me pull up Word. Word. All right. I know you guys don't see it yet, but I'm just pulling it up right now. Then we are going to turn on the display. Webcam. We're going to take this. Oop. Webcam. Why are you not just... Oh, that's right. Because I had it locked. Pardon me. I'm going to go like that with that. All right. So we're just basically going to go across each key, make sure it's working. So starting at the top. That ain't working. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be working. Okay. Some of these are not working. Like that one, and this one's not working. So before we do anything else, I'm going to switch these. I'm actually going to pull them from a different spot on the keyboard so that I at least have them working. Oop. Okay. So we're going to pull this one out. Non-working one. Put this over here. Okay. Now if we go back here. Okay. So this was a bad switch. This is why they give you a whole bunch of them. Put that back in there. This was page up. You can actually see the difference now in the brightness. See how this one's brighter than the rest? So. And this one wasn't working. Put that. It's why you kind of got to go through it. Technically, I should have been doing this while I was oop, that was a good one. While I was swapping them out, but see, this is what happened. One of the pins got bent in an awkward angle. So if we just fix that by pulling this up, in fact, this is probably the same issue right there. Put that back in. Okay, so that is working. So probably this didn't work because this one is actually also bent as well. So I'm going to fix that. Now, you can actually break these. And that is actually not a good thing. And the reason why you break them, it's called cold working. You can actually do this with many pieces of metal. It's just basically the flexing of the metal back and forth. After a certain amount of time, it'll just simply break apart because of the cold working on it. In fact, you can even see it on here. This one's bent as well. Some of these just did not want to go in right. I'm just trying to flatten it out with the tweezers here. I could grab like a pair of pliers to do it, but I think that would just be a little bit too much. Okay, so those two work. Okay. So the delete worked. Tab, okay. QWER Romeo Tango Yankee Uniform India Oscar Papa bracket 1 bracket 2 and backslash. Enter caps Alpha 0 Delta Foxtrot Golf Hotel Juliet Kilo Lima colon or semicolon to be specific. I forgot what that one is called. Shift Z, okay. XCC, oop, CV, Bravo, November, Mike, those things, oop, and that. Okay, cool. So let's do this. We're going to do, it's a good way to control. How about X, paste. There we go. Okay, so that works. Now let's try on this side. Okay, so that works. I don't know a better way of trying the Alt button. Now FN. I forgot what FN is an alternative key, right? I don't know what. I don't have a code for that, so I'm just gonna leave that. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Down arrow is not working. So I'm assuming it's another bent pin. Hoping it's just another bent pin that I can fix. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's just another bent pin. Okay. Okay. Zero period Period doesn't work here. Enter. Seems like these aren't working, or they're kind of 3, 9, period. That works. Oh, that's a number lock. Okay. This one. Okay. Another bent pin. There we go. Okay, 9 still isn't working. 5 is kind of working. There we go. Okay, that works now. Alright, we do have a little bit of an issue. This pin actually folded over on itself here. Okay, there we go. When I said folded over, I mean like it quite literally went from this to that. Very tight on that too. So there we go. That should do it now. That's straight to Okay. That does it. It should be every single key I believe worked. I don't know how to test and control. Hold on. Yes, I was watching Gray Still Plays. um, FN. Let's do FN key control. I have cap locks on. Turn up and down brightness on display. Functions can the FN key. Okay. Great. So FN F1 should mute. I don't know if it's working, honestly. I think this is just a lock mechanism. Whoa. Hey, it did something. Oh no, that's something different. I literally don't know FN controls. Because I just hit FN and it brought me to a help browser. Whoopsie. Well, we're just going to leave it at that. If not, I got plenty of old keys here. Well, you know what? I can just pull it off to see if it's actually connected correctly. And if it is, it should be fine. Which it is. So, yeah. Oop. Put that back. Please go back. I don't want to break you. There we go. Right back in. And that would be that. Oop. That is upside down. Okay. Well, I think that is it for the stream. And I think I'm going to try to set up for another stream, probably Assassin's Creed. But I want to check up with my buddies first before I do that. So, yeah. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today, watching me work on my keyboard here. If you go to quite literally here, this is actually Merchandise Store. I believe I have a link down below. If not, I'll add it to this video. If we go into here, this is actually a store that I have that is helps supports the channel. We got two different shirts here, which comes in plenty of different colors. One short sleeve, one long sleeve. I got them both, and they're both very comfortable. In fact, I've worn them so much that my logo no longer exists on them. That's how many times I've worn them. I do have a Command Wolf gaming hat. I do have this. And we actually do have baby clothes right here. It's a infant fine jersey bodysuit. I don't know how this is. I don't have a kid, or else I would buy it for myself. It's actually very adorable. As you can see here, it says, "Hi, I'm adorable." And that's actually one of my Twitch icons here. And then obviously we got a different design, Command Wolf Gaming cap, as well as this winter cap here, which actually I have with another comfortable thing. And, oop, I didn't mean to go into there. And then finally enough, we have a different one with a different cap with a different logo. We got 3 different caps with 3 different logos depending on which one you get. Honestly, this one I wear all the time. I don't have this one, but I do have one of these laying around. This third one down here, and again, everything that I've purchased from this store so far, or purchased for myself, has been infinitely comfortable. So anyway, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Make sure to check out my Assassin's Creed stream, or probably something else. I just got to check with Sin and Rambo, and see what they